Hello, 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 everybody. I'm Teri holding your space, and here's Annie Bear, Seven Feather. Yay, Annie Bear.
Good morning.
Oh,
Morning,
it's
everybody.
Old Home Week here, everybody.
Yeah,
So it's like family time.
it is.
It's so beautiful to have you on, Annie.
Oh, it's good to
So,
be here. Thank you.
oh, thank you. And I want to say hi to everybody. Joyful
Yeah.
Journey, Judy, Sandra, and everybody's
Mm.
saying the most beautiful things about what they're doing today. The
Oh,
9-9 portal.
yes.
Um, so incredible. Hey, CJ. Kim B. Hello. Brenda's here. Yay, Brenda. Brenda, I need a picture. Brenda is also another member of the tribe. Everybody knows Brenda. Imagine with me,
Yeah.
Shamanic Journeys.
Yeah.
And she's
Brenda's
going to be
fun.
on Wednesday. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
so excited. Hey,
Oh, good.
Michelle, Hypnicity, Kim B. Everybody's starting to come over. They must have, hey,
Oh,
Carl,
from
good to see
Allie's
you.
on
And in
JJ.
Hypnicity, yeah. It's the first time seeing Annie, Nick says. Oh, and Kelly's
Oh,
here. Yay,
yay.
Kelly. Hello, beautiful. And Lori.
Kelly.
Yeah,
Hi.
it's so nice to
Hi,
have
Lori.
family on. It's
It
like so
is.
easy, isn't it?
I love that we all head to your place in the morning and it's such a safe, you hold space so beautifully. It's all safe. It's just like family get together time. I love
It
it.
is, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Check in and
Sisterhood.
have coffee and tea and just, beautiful time. Oh,
And
Teresa, you paused Alice and JJ, another tab.
I
I
love that our
love it.
sisterhood has boys in it.
I
Like
know.
Paul and Nick and Richie and Carl and Wayne.
Yeah,
And
it's, we're all holding space for each other, aren't we?
Kevin and Mark and yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's such a balance now that's coming in.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Teresa Ford. Okay, so we were just talking backstage, which we should have recorded that because that's probably the whole show right there. We done. We did it.
We did.
But Annie Bear wants to do a prayer protection for everybody.
Yeah. I want
So
to do this every time I come online. One of the most important things I can share from a Native American point of view is whatever you call in, you then thank and release when you're done. It's respectful and it's just a real good idea. I would say 100% love based, heart centered, 100% divine light, highest good energy exchanges only. 2D is not supported at this time. Pair sauce protocols are in effect. And thank you so much for being here today. Blessings for everybody on 9-9. Yay.
yay. I love that. Um, that's so beautiful. Um, Hypnicity, I got you starred. I think we're gonna be doing some
Oh, heck yeah.
questions. Yeah. Um, so there's gonna be a time here that we're coming into where it will be 5D and the veil is no longer there.
We
Or
can see it now. Yeah.
yeah,
Many of us see it now.
yeah. And how it started for me, I don't know about you, but for me, I saw like an empty spot in the veil where
Okay.
I could see that it was empty in a spot, like it was bare.
Mhm.
So like a television screen that's got kind of a hole in it or not
Oh,
even a hole, but a blank
blank.
spot.
Blank. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to see doorways in the sky when I was in my late 20s and early 30s. And I had a mentor, my dear, dear friend who was definitely Hawaiian and Native. And I asked him about the doorways in the sky. Hi, LP. Absolutely. As we move through it, it's no longer there.
Yeah.
In most recently, I have seen little vignettes with sparkly light around people I do not know in this walk, having brotherhood, doing kindness to each other. And then I say, oh, that's 5D. So I use my bell when I'm walking to set these safe parameters that I discussed in the prayer. And when I see the 5D, I anchor it. So I'm connected with Mother and I anchor it in. If I see energies that are discordant, sometimes my body will react to it before I even do, and it will begin this shake from the tippy top of my head all the way down to the ground through all the feathers on your back that you'll suddenly feel. And this is how we clear it. So we neutralize that energy and we choose to put our energy where we want it to go so that the children are safe. This, I think what keeps me most grounded is to remember that Mother is ascending and we are going with her. So only little children look at their belly buttons and go, this is all about me. But grown people go, oh yeah, this is about Mother and I'm going with her because I want to. So that kind of helps it not be so overwhelming. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. I like that you're using the veil. We talked about that too, or that you're using the chimes, the
Yeah.
the bell. Yeah, while you walk. Um, and that's huge. That vibration is huge for the ley lines.
Yeah.
Because you are Annie Bear is a walker. She's
Yeah.
like well, let's say you march. That's the kind of the energy that I get from you. She's a marcher.
Yeah.
And while you're out there marching on the land, it's like, that's clearing,
Mhm.
clearing pain, clearing
Yeah.
shadows,
Yes.
clearing,
And I don't see a lot of dark because I'm not looking for it. I'm not calling it to me. And it knows that Parasauce protocols are in place. So
yeah,
if it were to approach me, it would be going right back to Central Sun for processing before being cleansed and returned to its natural source, whoever or wherever that may be, in whatever timeline. I think it's important. I'm sorry to interrupt. When you ask for protection, ask for all realms in all timelines.
oh, I like
All realms
that.
in all timelines, because I am calling my energy back.
Yeah, I love that. Teresa's saying, the feeling of not being worthy came up with JJ and Allie's chat. Why do we try to earn the love that is already ours? Oh,
I deal with that too. That's so well said.
that's so well said, Teresa. I can just hear Tuta saying that, JJ saying it. It's like, it is already ours, isn't it? I mean, we already are creators. We just don't realize we're creators. And that,
You're right.
yeah.
Go ahead, please. Please go
Oh,
ahead.
just that, we're already creators and we're already the energy that we put out is already in place. It's already being, our lives. It's already the TV program we were talking about backstage, that we're watching every day unfold out here on this planet. And it's like, that's the energy that we put out. That's the energy that we're watching. So, why not put out love, right? Why not put out peace? Why not put out serenity?
I run into this too, though, as a minority. And sometimes, it comes up.
Yeah.
So one thing and sometimes I have feelings that I'm like, I need to hold this feeling for counseling. I was describing to Teri backstage that she holds a space so graciously, and she's able to gently recognize energies that do not belong, and she sends them on her way. I am not so kind as Teri because my background and upbringing was rough.
Yeah.
So my protocol is you come near me, you better be good. You just better be good. but one thing about that love, Teresa, that one thing I was describing to Teri is that when I'm having a really hard time with that, like the less than feelings and stuff, and this big energies that are coming in, I pretend I'm a foot taller, and I do a quick little check with myself, and I pretend I'm a foot taller, and then I feel my light body. I feel my energy body. It's big. But we're humongous, in reals. We can't even fit our whole selves into this physical body. All those parts that don't fit in a physical body, when we become aware of them, that awareness is what connects us to our source. That's what connects us to all these timelines that we are in. If you are Lemurian in your background, as I am, we weave time. We weave time into this gorgeous planet. This is the only place you can do it. She's that sacred and special and beautiful. So when we come here and we awaken and we bring all those parts of ourselves together, we are weaving that beauty into her story and we're fulfilling our purpose. And I gotta tell you, these words are coming through me as I say them.
I love that. I love that.
Yay!
Yeah.
So it's okay if you feel that way. I mean, there was something that Debbie Dement said. She said, when you expand your energies, healing is a byproduct of expansion. So we don't need to focus on, I need to heal my elbow, but I do need to focus on, I want to authentically be who I am. I want Great Spirit to come through me as much as possible so that I can share my gifts and inspire others and rise with Mother as she ascends. You know, no matter what her name is. Like when I first started in my, 20s, I called her Tara. I remembered the Lemurian second world that had been here in the Arthurian times, when we were priestesses on the hill, when we rang these bells long before the sun came up, when we wore wool. Remember
Yeah.
those times? Well,
Yeah.
that was Tara. So then in the 80s, it was, now her name is Gaia. So I called her Gaia ever since. So I'm like, okay. And then recently, Debbie tells us her name is Matea. And I thought, well, okay. I love her. And I thought, I wonder if she's Native. Because in Native, like I was, my first name was Little Running Deer. And I was good at hiding. My second name was Ann Seven Feathers. And my third name is Annie Bear Seven Feathers. So I wonder if Mother has those kind of names. I wonder if that's possible. Does anyone have a knowing on that?
So, what I'm getting is that as her vibration changes, so does the name, the vibratory name, but also our vibration changing at the same time that we can use those other words and use those other terms.
Okay.
We're getting amazing chatter here. So
I can't see the chat, everyone, so I'm not ignoring you. I find it distracting. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, and it's amazing what everybody's talking. Yeah, I love the word weaving, Annie. So we
That's
do
what we
that
do.
sometimes. We weave the light and we weave new. We haven't done that for a while, weaving our tapestry. I'm so glad you
Yeah.
brought that up because I
Yeah.
think it's really important that we're weaving our tapestry and our new way of life.
Our light bodies are bringing these new threads. I mean,
Yeah.
all of these new threads are coming in and they need to be grounded. That's one thing about spirituality that I really have. I was very much a stickler. Oh, mwah, Diana.
Diana.
Wonderful, wise one.
Yeah.
One thing I was really adamant about, remember when I kept going on and on and on about that book, No Bad Parts?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No, it was good. Yeah, it was great.
woo, yay. I had 8 ducks fly over me this morning. Definitely fall is coming. Time to go within. Time to get the longhouse. Time to drum.
Yeah.
It's time to do those things and look for the signs where you live, because nature will tell you when it's time. But I wanted to mention about spirituality not being a patch instead of doing the work and the growth. Yes, Teresa, absolutely. There's these 8 C's of leadership called calm, compassion. I mean, these are important to me, so I look at them every morning. This is what I want to do. Be calm, have clarity, bring creativity, curiosity, compassion, courage, connectedness. And this is the one I struggle with. confidence.
Yeah.
That's the one I kind of have a hard time with it. But when we do our inner work, then these are natural byproducts of that. And you can feel them when they are authentic in yourself, and you can recognize them when they're authentic in someone else. So everyone's on their own journey, and just we all do the best we can. I kind of lost the thread there. Please take over.
Yeah. So I'm just going to point out, Jeff came in. I'm sorry, Jeff. I didn't see that when you first came in.
Hi, Jeff.
His dog just threw up and he's worried about the dog. And his dog is like a lot of us, it's his companion.
It's his baby.
Yeah, his baby. So, Jeff, we are all going to send healing light to your beautiful puppy.
Yes. You got to go take care of your baby.
Yeah.
Send a good healing prayer for your baby right now.
Yeah. It doesn't feel to me, I'm not a vet, but when I go into their energy, it doesn't feel like it's, it feels like it's something that he ate or something that he smelled. There was like some chemical or something.
In the
but
grass.
If you can give him some water and grass, yeah.
It was something in the grass. That's what I saw too.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
isn't it funny how we can spend a fortune on their treats and foods, and then they see something disgusting on the road and they just look. You're like, oh my God.
Go roll in it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's what they do.
Yeah. I can't remember.
I missed that comment.
Yeah, I did too, honey. Sorry,
what was that
Jeff.
comment?
Yeah. Oh, that comment that we just had.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't read it.
Fatima says, let us send healing light to Jeff's
yes,
dog.
Fatima. Absolutely.
Yes, honey.
Fatima's an angel. I swear that woman is an angel.
She's
an angel with good hair.
Yeah.
Really
pretty.
good
hair.
Really
right?
pretty.
Well, in the, a lot of people are talking about the ley lines right now on the planet and how we're all realigning. And not only is our light changing, but Gaia's light is changing. And as as we light up, she lights up. Yeah. But it's definitely, there's new portals opening. This 9-9. We talk about that being a new portal, but also there are many new portals and the chakras are changing on the planet. So as we evolve, and of course, Gaia is already much more evolved than we are. She's a planet, for heaven's sakes, but she's opening up in new ways, and we have to evolve to stay on her. Because I think at other times we haven't evolved with her and she's shaken us off. So, but we're definitely getting it this time. People were talking in the chat before too about that earning, that word earning, and how that doesn't really equate in energy, that we earned something, that like we have to earn love, because love is ananda, it's bliss, it's what we're made of, it's what we were created
those
with.
are some of the things that the light got distorted.
Yeah.
So when we feel it, we have to be so courageously brave, because on one level, like in Native stories, every story has 7 levels. So you're going to find that some of this ascension stuff, it feels like we're bouncing up and down because the story has different levels. Yeah. And when we walk, we're not walking on the same level. We kind of go up and we go down, and it's like, and then it's on one level, Earth is a school.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we will continue to get that lesson until we learn it. And then when you learn it, then it kind of unlocks, now you're allowed to see and be aware of a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'll tell you what, it's, I mean, as these old constructs of society fall apart, as the veil shifts and as the planet lights up and we light it up, it's interesting to see like the ways that um, we were brought up to think that we had to earn, and also the ways of society, the ways of the billionaires, the ways of the politicians, with forever chemicals and allowing those to be put into our food systems, and I mean, just all the different things that people kept from us, and the churches perhaps too, and a lot of people here are very fervent in their faith, and that's beautiful. But some of the churches preached a lot of shame and guilt.
Oh, yes. So many
And
false narratives and so many false
yeah,
gods. And it's so
yeah,
easy to identify after a time when their God is money or when their God is power.
yeah,
And those are all like the class 101. Why false pride is not your friend. And you can be in that class for as long as you like, as long as
right.
it takes. And sincerity is I can respect sincerity when people believe in a religion that I don't have anything to do with. It took me a long time. It took me like 40 years and a really good friend, that same dear friend, to tell me, you be respectful of that person's sincerity. And my mother-in-law, who I had no idea how much I missed and how much I loved until she died, recently, and she visits, which is really cool. I had a visitation from her outside a few times, but I lost my train of thought. That made me so happy.
Your mother-in-law
But
and being respectful of
yeah,
other
to be
people.
respectful of other people's sincerity, and I finally got that. I feel that. Um, I can do that. But then I think we all have good bullshit detectors. So we kind of recognize when somebody's got, when God's their money, when money is their God. I mean,
Yeah,
so I just don't find myself in their company at all.
yeah.
I,
And
I watch Libby at Meister Tarot because I adore her. And she's so level headed. She doesn't get overexcited. She doesn't do any us versus them, which, when I hear us versus them, I leave. I just don't have anything to do with it. I got better things to do. But I really like her readings because she just reads on subjects, and I don't mean disrespect to anyone. It's just I like her style. I guess that's
yeah,
because it seems undistorted.
yeah.
I
She's
think we're going to all get allergic to distorted light.
yeah. Kelly's saying, right, Diana, Judy. Something I'm constantly working on is releasing. Kelly, you know me. Last week, I had a knife from Archangel Michael, and I was constantly walking with it. I was just like, I was hanging on to all this stuff, and it's interesting to see it popping up. And I think a lot of us are going to see that popping up, that the old ways are popping up. And we're like, I was looking at old things that I'd done, old situations that I hadn't handled properly, and I was getting tied to them. And some of them were monetary. Like, why did you sell that house, Terry? That would be worth, so much now. But it's like, cut that off, man. There's no way. You made the best move for your family at that point in time. And the thing is, we have to give everybody that credit out there that they're doing the best that they can with what
Yeah.
they have.
Oh yes, absolutely, 100%, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%. And those feelings are difficult. They are hard. I mean, I cannot tell you how many times and how encouraging Kelly is. She's an angel too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Powerful
She's
healer lady.
amazing.
Very
Yeah.
powerful. Dear sister, I love her. Love you. But there is I have said this while I'm, walking and crying and saying those kind of feelings I am peeling off. Those are getting peeled off, and choose what element to give them to. Give them to the light, give them to the wind, give them to the land, give them to the water. I prefer to give them to spirit or to the light. Um, and release. Please help me. And just you're kind of doing it. I don't know about you, But sometimes I'm doing it on blind faith. Just like I just have to surrender to the guidance I'm being given at this time. I surrender to the archangels and angels that are assisting me at this time, seen and unseen. And thank you.
Yeah. I love that. I love that, Annie. And I like what you said when we were back in the studio too about before we came on about walking a foot taller now.
Yeah. Well, trying
Yeah.
that, it really does help. It does help when you're trying to shake stuff off. It helps to do that. And I think I recently asked for a friendship angel because I didn't want to be taxing my friends too much. You know, I wanted to be not a drain, you know, on tough days. So I asked for a friendship angel, and her name is Abel Mabel. She came right in. And so everybody, you just ask for things. You know, and of course, you know, you always do the highest good, the 100% divine light, love based, heart centered, 100% divine light, highest good energy exchanges only.
All
And
right,
then
Pee-wee.
you can relax.
I love that. Diana says, Heavenly, yes, we must learn how to go with the flow or down in the abyss. I'm sticking with riding the wave of the peace train. Sometimes the tracks get bumpy, but it's much more fun than the chaos. Isn't that the truth?
That sure is.
Yeah.
It sure
And
is.
I feel like right now we have a like it I think it was last year that we started saying, buckle up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a crazy ride. And you know what they're telling me now is to unbuckle and ride it. Like, just go
Oh.
for it. Like, we're flying with it now, I feel like.
Oh, that's so interesting. I had a dream the night, not last night, but the night before, that Paul had gotten us tickets to some wild Disneyland ride. One that I would in the old days be very afraid to go on. But in the dream, I was like, what the heck? Let's do it. I didn't even care that I didn't have makeup on. I was, and it was a neat dream. It was very short, but I'm like, oh, cool. That's progress. You know, take it where you find it.
Wow. Yeah. Um, I'm gonna just say my weird dream because
Yeah.
sometimes I have these bizarre dreams
Oh,
and,
I love hearing about your dreams.
we all have these weird dreams sometimes. I was driving a big group of people in one of my old cars, and, I used to always have a Suburban because I was carrying around kids and people
Yeah.
and dogs, and we called it the Vatican wagon because my kids were going to Catholic schools, and I
The
would just
fat
stuff it
wagon.
full of people.
I
Anyway,
love it. I love it.
um, so I'm driving in my Vatican wagon, and I've got all these people in it, and a lot of them were, old friends that I knew, and a lot of men in it, like,
Oh,
it was
nice.
packed full, and,
Nice.
so I'm driving through the mountains, and all of a sudden, this guy in a jumper comes out to me, and he says, "Your tires are kinda low. Pull over here, and I'm gonna fill up your tires." And so I walked into his shed while he's filling up my tires, and he boxed me in. And I thought, "This is so interesting," because I watched it happening, but I wasn't too worried about it because I kinda had a feeling that there was something odd about this person. And it was with metal. So it was like, I feel like this is something that we all do to ourselves sometimes. We box ourselves in. We think, "You're not gonna make it up that mountain. You're not gonna have the strength for that," or perhaps we worry about it before it happens, right? And that's something that I have a tendency to do. Everybody talks about, um, what is that Florence and Machine song, "The Dark Days Are Coming."
Mhm.
Um, and sometimes you see channels and people talk about that. They talk about the 3 days of darkness, all these other things. And I'm not saying anything bad about those channels because they also say, you know, "Lead with love and you're gonna be okay." Right? We
I've been
create our
told that
own
story by
cages.
an I've
Yeah,
been told a 3 Days of Darkness story by an elder years ago.
yeah. And so we do
Yeah.
have to be aware and that it could well happen, but I created a cage with it. I got
Oh, you
scared with
did?
it. And that's when I started looking at my old stuff. And I was creating that cage with it. So it was,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, it
Oh
was
my
really
goodness.
interesting. Anyway, but I woke up thinking,
Yay,
I
him.
am not going in there with that guy again. But I knew this person. I knew that this would happen. So,
Oh, how
anyway,
insightful.
yeah, it was
Wow.
interesting. Yeah. I'm
Wow.
not worthy, right, Teresa Ford? Yeah. Ego lying. Lunar love and light. Hypnicity,
Hi.
yes. Kindness doesn't cost anything and can change the whole world, let alone one person you may smile kindly at.
Yeah.
I I love that, and I do think that that's true. You change the world by being kind to a child or anybody. It might mean that they don't pick up a gun and kill somebody. It does change somebody's world, 100%. So
Yeah.
changes our
Yeah.
world. Um,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Kaya blocking the kryptonite from taking what he sees as his superpowers, right? Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Carl, your friend James talks about the 3 days of darkness all the time. Um, and you used to when you were younger, but you're free from that.
I don't know
Yeah,
if I was told that by an elder, and I tend to believe elders. So, Native and Hawaiian elder. And what I was told is that if you look outside and you see these colors, if you were to look outside during those 3 days, you would see colors your mind could not explain. Now, as I'm older, I'm thinking, oh, well, that would be mother meeting her mate. That would be Uncle Metatron coming in. That would be the archangels that are already here. I'm
yeah,
feeling this ginormous ship above us, and I am not a ship chasing chick. But I was being quiet about a week ago, and I felt this huge ship. And I heard a
yeah,
male voice say, "Hi, Anne." And it was a male, and he's on that ship. And it was like a support team. We are so supported. We are so freaking supported at this time. And remember when I was saying that as we expand our energies, as we expand and we blend with our light body and we become more than we currently are, that's how we kind of hook up to the supports. That's how we brush up against timelines that we are in. So when we call our energy back and we say, I call my energy back from all the timelines, all the realms, I am protected in all these timelines in all the realms. When we start to do all that, then that healing that's a byproduct. Well, that goes double for mother because when it passes through us, it goes to her. So we're kind of this living, breathing conduit, conduit until we become aware enough, which I don't know when that's going to be. We become aware enough to make active choices. Like I hear about wonderful people like, they talk about being on ships and stuff. I haven't zero interest or awareness in it. But I think I want to live inside the earth because I'm comfortable there. I want to be in the earth because that's where a whole bunch of whole other worlds and realms, and I want to see the higher beings that live there because they love us.
yeah. They do. They
They
do.
love us. I mean, I
Yeah,
was created for here, so I don't know about. Yeah, I am willing to embrace the idea that my understanding may change as I grow, as I embody more of my spirit of creators, energy force, of source. Then my understanding about the 3 days of darkness or light body or ships or whatever um, is going to expand and change, and I'm willing to trust the guidance I'm being offered because, like, when Debbie DeMont hit the scene and she started talking about Lemurian astrology, and I'm like, oh, this sounds fun. And I have pages and pages and pages that I've written down of everything she says, and then I have questions that spawns. And I want Diana to get excited about this astrology. Please, Diana, just look at it. You're so brilliant. Just look at it. Because this astrology, for me, it turned a key and it became alive. Because you, Teri, are that magical 13th sign. I think it's
oh, the central sun.
Maita, the
Yeah.
central sun. You're the adventurer who wants to look in dark holes and black holes and
Yeah,
wants to
I
do.
love an
I mean,
abyss
you're just like
and
you're
abyss.
like magic, magic, magic. And that's beautiful, and we need that, and it's gorgeous. But
Thank you.
for some reason, looking at the astrology in this way, in the Lemurian way, it came alive to me because I'm like, because when she said that Maita, your sign is the center, then it brought the entire astrology as a vehicle, as a living, breathing vehicle, like a Merkaba, like
Yeah.
that Drunvalo Melchizedek, like the flower of life, like the Fibonacci. And those are earth sciences. So if we can accept our authentic spiritual selves authentically and just expand and trust the guidance we're being offered within those parameters that we spoke of, then maybe our understanding will change as we go. We'll figure it out. We're together now. Sorry.
No,
I
I
get
love that.
excited about this because we're together. We're finally together, and I really don't trust easy, but I feel so good in this group, in this community. I'm so thankful for this
Yeah,
community. I'm so thankful. So I
I
think
do too.
together we'll get it. We'll figure this out as we do
Yeah.
it. It'll
Yeah.
be a wild ride.
It is gonna be a wild ride, and it's funny that now that they're saying to unbuckle
Yeah.
because we don't need it anymore. The training wheels are off. That's what I'm hearing all the time. The training wheels are off, man. We've got this. Mary says we create new timelines every day to worry about the existing ones. Well, I don't make new ones every day in the now. The present is the real. Yeah.
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 That was a
Right.
tricky thing to say. You did that really well.
She,
Bravo, Mary. Well
yeah.
said. Well
And
said.
really, really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. She asked Deb to start a class because I need to learn it. Yeah.
Oh, yay.
You just need to
Yes.
remember it, Diana.
Oh,
Let's
listen
be
to that
clear.
brilliant mind looking at it. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes,
Yeah.
that's the best thing I've heard all day.
Right. Ride
Yeah.
this roller coaster, Judy. Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah, those ups and downs. And if somebody tells you and tries to box you in and says, you've got a flat, you can't make it up there. Don't listen. Don't
Yeah.
pull over for that fool. Um, anyway, I think that it's really interesting, all of this going on right now. And, you know, that 3 days of darkness, that could be coming, and it could be something that we've already gone through, or it could also be something that comes up just because we've got all the solar flares. So, I will say
I've
I
wondered that
do
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
I do have staples. I do have,
I need to get some
like a
more.
cook stove, and I've got petro, and
Oh,
I've
good.
had that for a long time just 'cause, that's kind of the way I was brought up, that I'd have that extra.
Put back.
Yeah,
Yeah. Do you
put
remember
back.
Y2K when we all bought food and cases of food and water way back
Yeah.
in the olden days of 2000? That was the
I
year we
think
got
I
married.
bought like 3 cans of, canned peaches.
Well, there you go. That's all you need, honey. Oh, Terry and I
Yeah.
were also talking about foods changing. So as we expand and grow and aware, your taste might change, and so be open to that as well. But let's get to some questions. I like
Yeah.
it when I'm on a show and they get to the questions, for crying out loud.
Yeah, let's do the questions.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen.
I
Okay.
want to watch Debbie at 11.
I just wanted to say what Judy said because I loved this, Judy. Judy says, "I just finished doing my 9/9 portal manifesting to the 8, with my Lemurian crystal wands, dancing
Yay.
and singing and thanks, and now time for you too."
Yes.
I love that.
Sweetgrass.
So there is something to that, you guys, and we were talking about that backstage too, about, um, what's it called when you do it? The magic? When
Alchemy?
you alchemy, thank you, alchemy. So alchemy is when you add something spiritual, something emotional, and a
Physical?
physical point, whether that's singing, a vibration, a bell, ringing your bell like you do, shaking.
Yeah.
Shaking's a big
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Dancing. That's huge.
Spitting. Let's not forget peeing on things and spitting.
I have peed on a tree. Hello.
Yep. Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a release.
Our waters are holy. That's right.
Right?
Rise of the
Yeah.
divine feminine. I
Aw.
spit on plants a lot. And when you're crying your eyes out, sometimes take those tears, rub them
Mhm.
on your hair. When you know that you're releasing and you just got all this love coming in on you from your spirit team, do that with your tears, because this is holy water we're walking around with.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Carl says, I've had 5 days of darkness when my evil landlord cut off my electricity and water because I'm late with my rent, even if I paid my utilities. So I'll survive 3 days. Yeah. Yeah. It does work, doesn't it, Judy? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Debbie D and Al is with Allie tomorrow. Okay. Good deal.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was today. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think I freaked Hypnicity out. I hope not, but it was kind of a funny thing. We were in a chat together, which we often are. He's like, "Oh, yay, Hip's here." And I asked her, like, "Hey, hon, how's all your dragons?" And she's like, "I've never told anybody that I have dragons all over my house." Oops. Because every time I feel her, it's with dragons, a lot of dragons.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think she's so connected to the, not just because I've heard it elsewhere, but it feels true, that she's so connected to elementals. Super duper connected to elementals. And it's party time, hun. It's fall. This is
Yeah.
what I always call it, when the trees put on their fanciest dresses for the
Right.
fall gala, and nuts are falling, and time to, if you can, have an outdoor fire and say all the things you are thankful for. Like, I dry out the rose petals and all the flower petals I can find for my thank you fires. And this year I started saving the corn husks into little bundles of thanks, because when Kamala wins and Biden continues to heal many of the damages that have been done, we're going to be building a lot of thank you fires, I think.
That's beautiful. I love that. Yeah. I love that. Wow. Water feeds plants, but tears.
Yeah.
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 Um, wow. I get enchanted. So
Oh,
hypnicity.
wow.
For a general read for you. You're walking through that portal. It's the 9-9 portal.
It's beautiful.
And wow, talk to the moon. So
Ooh.
and I love the colors in that for you too, hypnicity. So
It's
it's like
pretty.
everybody's going through this right now. That we're talking to the elementals, we're able to talk to the planets and commune with them.
It's nice if where you live, if you can find out, like around here, Tacoma's real name is Tahoma. North America's real name is Turtle Island. I call the moon Unchi. Diana calls her something else, but I call her Unchi. Um, See if you look at the moon. When I look at the moon, I can watch movies. I see movies in the moon, which really sounds woo woo. But see if you, as women, if you can go out and look with your soft eye, see if you see a movie in the moon. If you want to connect, give it a try. Give it a try.
Whoa. Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Hypnicity says
Oh,
that she worked with Merlin and I'm a moon child.
woo!
Yeah,
Holy shamoly!
ditto. I did a vision quest yesterday with Merlin,
Wow.
what's it called in England? The ring, the circle.
On the Torah?
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It was beautiful. We were flying around it.
Wow.
Hello, Dr. Gail. Good to see you
Yay.
here. Yeah.
I was talking to Teri backstage, Dr. Gail, about dragons, how I have not been into dragons. But I went outside after, everybody's talking about it. So I went outside and sat out back and I said, okay, Great Spirit. And I asked my body, do I have a dragon? And my head whooped up like this. And it was like, yeah, I'm in your spine. I've always been with you. So I found out I have one. So I'm figured she's laughing. Wherever she is, she's laughing right now.
Right.
So thank you
Yeah.
for your influence and helping me remember stuff.
Lunar Love and Light is saving her flowers and hanging them all over your house to dry.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm
Yes.
doing the same right now,
Oh, I love
Luna.
that.
Yeah.
Didn't you grow 1 billion sunflowers in support of Ukraine, you dear one?
My whole backyard, there's a side of
Oh,
it. I need to take pictures. I keep saying I'm gonna
oh,
take
please
pictures.
do.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
how
got
beautiful.
you have to pick
Oh,
them every day, the thing with sunflowers is,
oh, how
because
beautiful.
they get droopy like this pretty
They
quick.
do. They
Yeah.
really do. You know what,
They like
honey?
to
That's
be
why
out
they
there.
use drinking straws. If you get the drinking straws,
Oh,
that's what florists do to help them stand up so they don't
yeah.
droop all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And Dr. Gale says, I think we all are working with our dragons. Yeah. Okay. She says, I think we all have dragons and we'll start showing up. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, Debbie
Yeah.
Dement said we all have dragons. I so want you to meet Debbie Dement, Dr. Gale. Please look her up. She's amazing. But I want to hear
Yeah.
what you two together would share. That would be just amazing.
And I have mentioned them. I don't know if I
Oh,
mentioned
good.
Dr. Gale, Debbie, but I
Good.
did mention to Debbie the other day, Dr.
Oh,
Gale.
yay.
So I've been trying to hook her up with a couple of people like
Yeah,
John
we
Benning
will
and whatnot.
hold the space for that to happen. Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
absolutely. Because I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, you know, I'm so excited for that reading I'm going to have with Danny tomorrow. I'm so
I
excited.
know. I can't wait. I
And
can't wait
right,
to see what he has to say. And after this, I'm going to go over to Danny's going to interview me for a show on his show.
oh wow,
So
oh
yeah,
that'd be
I feel honored.
exciting. Ooh,
He's
let us
so
know when
sweet.
that is.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely will. Um, but yeah, that dragon energy. So for me, the dragons shapeshift. And as we go into the water, it's like they turn into a whale. And as they go into the sky, they're different. And I have one dragon that also shapeshifts into Kali, and she's powerful. She's like, don't mess with her, honey.
Don't mess with her.
That's when you mean business. You pull out that dragon.
Mm-hmm. Oh my
Sandra, you're born in the
goodness.
year of the dragon. Yeah.
Holy cow. I'm in
Yeah.
awe.
Yeah. My late husband was born in the year of the dragon.
Oh,
Yeah, totally shapeshifters.
my hubby's
Yeah.
a booster. Yeah.
I never thought about doing that either. I think it is the year of the dragon, isn't it? Like last
Yes,
year
wood
was the
dragon.
tiger. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the wood dragon this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of guides and angels around all of us right now.
Well, you know, the Pleiadian and Arcturians, there were so many blends that went into the creation of Earth and this universe. And many of the threads here are literally the last strand of DNA from other and older civilizations. So it makes sense that there would be dragon energy here. You know, and it was used in different ways. Archangel Michael used it to lay down the meridians, and this is coming through me. This is coming through me now. So Archangel Michael used this energy to put the meridians into Mother's body. So it makes sense that they would be waking up as hers move and change as she does. This makes absolute sense as we undistort that light and move into 5D. That makes perfect sense. Huh.
Yeah. So I was taught that there is this part of the universe, or the metaverse, or whatever you want to call it, or consciousness, you could also call it,
Okay.
right below universal light or creator or
Okay.
Ananda. And it's the state of archetypes and goddesses and gods.
Really?
So that it's which I love, because sometimes when we see these things, we're like, but is this consciousness? and it is, but it's that form of it that has that ethereal personality.
Is that what the Atlanteans mistook for source when they broke it? I wonder, because they were really into believing themselves as gods and goddesses at that time.
Yeah.
I wonder if they mistook it.
I think that combined with ego in that.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
I don't know, what do
Please
you
tell us
guys
more about
think?
that. I'm so sorry I interrupted. I love it when you tell us this stuff.
Well, um, for Atlanteans, um, I don't know everything about Atlanteans or that much,
Yeah,
but I do feel like, there's a spot that you go to where you can feed into that, but if you take ego with you, which is real easy to do,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
When we're on this planet,
Well,
to
that's why we
use
have to do
that.
that inner work. Before we pick up our spiritual gifts, we have to do the inner work that goes with it,
Yeah.
right? Right, that unlocks the gift. Otherwise, it's dangerous. It's like, don't run with scissors kind of thing.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
they came in and this happens on all sorts of different planets that people have thought, well, you can't have that because we need it on our planet
yeah.
or whatnot. So it's universal. It's not something that is just here on this planet, but definitely that ego comes in, and which is interesting. Anyway, I was thinking about free choice at the same time,
Free
but
will. Yeah, free will
yeah,
planet. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. But
That's the wild card here.
they definitely did bring that in, thinking that they could take care of people, or they could be the ones to harness this energy.
Well,
So,
currently I have three power senses of power in the head and the heart and the belly. The head and the heart are fine. They're the solar plexus not so fine. And I wonder sometimes, did I abuse power in another walk, in another time, in another realm? If I did, I am here to heal it. I am not hiding from anything. I am responsible for everything that I do. So when I call all my energy back, did I put a safeguard in that said I will not open and allow myself to use this power until I have healed what I need to heal? I have wondered that.
this is very interesting. I love that you're saying this, Annie, because there are times that we do hide pieces of ourselves,
Yes.
aspects of ourselves,
For safety. Yes.
for safety,
Yeah.
100%. And it can be from another lifetime, and it can be from this lifetime, certainly.
Yes.
As a child, if you were abused or neglect is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, or, or, last week, if somebody said something and you're like, oh, well, I'm not going to smile out and say, hi, how are you to everybody anymore.
Yeah.
You hide that piece of yourself, that little piece.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that's a healing that we can do. We should do that,
Okay.
do a show on that, because that's a
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
But going in, it is, Sally. Yeah, it's often easier to hide. Yeah, to hide that piece because, and it's kind of a natural reaction to
Well, in the
hide it.
beginning of my healing, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead. No, 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 go ahead,
Well, in the
honey.
beginning of my healing, in my 20s, let's just put that number in there for what the heck. I thought at that point in my healing, I was doing a lot of blaming. So I was in child mode. I was looking at adults who had either neglected or hurt me. So everyone has those stories, and that's not what we're here to talk about today. But now I'm in my 60s, and I've done quite a bit of healing, and I own me. I own my reality. I own my energy. I am responsible for it. But sometimes I come in, I'm like, maybe I hid that from me. Maybe
Mhm.
I hid that. That sounds like something I would do to make sure that I only used it in the highest good and most loving way. So it makes sense. So there must be a reason that I'm
Yeah.
finding the blankness in my solar plexus, or that shielding effect in my left elbow, or what have you. So I'm thinking, okay, I put that in there for a good reason. So I need to continue to do the inner healing work. and
Yeah.
face whatever comes up.
Well, and oh, what does Teresa say? I think society tries to take our power and calls it dangerous. It's only the overlords that are allowed to have it. Yeah, we need to reclaim it so we can manifest a better world.
Absolutely.
Amen,
Yeah.
Teresa. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, your self-confidence.
Absolutely.
We hide it because somebody said we weren't supposed to have it, and that we were supposed to bow down to a billionaire or a movie star or whatever.
Exactly. Exactly.
Um,
But I find it in this loving and safe community, I still run into it. And there's nothing, that's what
yeah,
tells me there must be an inner corresponding reason for this. I must have put this in here so that I wouldn't forget to heal that or give
yeah,
this. Or sometimes it just the expression, for me, probably being authentic is an act of courage. It is an act of courage, and to claim a connectedness within this community, and to be confident enough to say, I will be authentically share what I have to say. There's no answers in it, but that right there, maybe that's what it was that I needed to do. Who knows? Maybe I'll be magical tomorrow. Who knows? you know,
yeah,
I think that
right.
could apply to any of us. Does that make sense?
100%.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Safety is relative, I think, right, Sally? Yeah, yeah, what we think safety is.
Man, and I
Um, but
mesmerized
that
by.
but that part of you growing another foot taller
Mhm.
and claiming your dragon, that's gonna change everything. So, that's gonna change all of that. But we can work with that for sure. And I'm working with John Benny. I'm taking an
Yeah.
advanced course with him right now, and I'm
Yes.
really loving it because he has words for that. Um,
Oh.
and that shadow work, but going in and that aspect of yourself that you lost, or maybe a shadow there or a negative energy there,
Mhm. Mhm.
and and reclaiming that and and releasing that, cutting that out. Um, oh,
Can I
Teresa
transform
Ford,
it? Can I run it through the central sun and call it back to myself?
cry that baby out. Yeah, amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Yeah, maybe you
Yeah.
were always magical.
Well,
Um,
I feel such a guardianship of the earth. I feel so much like a guardian. And while I'm feeling that, a part of me says, who in the heck told you that? Who, you puny little thing, whoever thought you could be that? But that's, so when I feel that, I guess that is anyone else feeling this too?
You are a guardian. That is your
Yeah.
job
I mean,
on this planet right now. I mean, Annie Bear, if you guys have been in shows with her or meditations with her, she is always saging. She is always taking care of the circle. You're always protecting.
but thank you. But my question is, do other people in our group, do they feel this way too? Do they
Um,
feel this way too?
oh, Lunar says, I was just having that conversation with myself yesterday, Annie. What do I see within myself that made me feel that way? Healing, a lifelong journey.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Judy
definitely,
says your
definitely.
courage is contagious. Oh,
Yes,
Richie, hi, Richie.
yes,
I saw you earlier and I didn't say
Richie.
hi. I'm so glad you're here. It's a part of our path though, right? So do we do the blame game in our 20s and have this experience when we evolve in our 40s and our experience changes. Some don't need the experience, so they don't play.
That's so true.
Ooh.
Some people seem to be just breezing through, and I'm like they don't have any of these troubles. And bless them, I'm married to one like that, and I'm so thankful. But sometimes you do kind of look like.
Yeah. Yeah. Phil is a
But my
guardian.
husband is always telling
Oh,
me just to have fun. He's always a big one. He's a real guardian of me.
yeah.
Oh, mwah.
Yeah. Bye,
Yeah.
Judy.
I have the best
I
sisters.
do
I gotta tell you, I got the best sisters around. Kelly,
yeah.
Teri, Teresa, so many, so
Let's just
many.
ask this before we go that Sharon asked. How do you think rain and sunlight is changing, healing Mother Earth?
Oh, the sunlight sure as holy heck is. I haven't seen
Yeah.
rain in a while, but yeah, the sun sure is changing. the colors, what I'm seeing in the sky. Oh my goodness, yeah.
I think she's doing some shaking. We were talking about healing and how we heal, and that there's always that physical component that
Yes.
as spiritual as or light workers, we always think of it in the very esoteric sense sometimes of emotional healing and spiritual healing. But there is totally a physical healing where your physical form takes on that energy of inside the body, and that we do have to shake it out. And I believe that this is what Gaia is doing, is shaking it out. And so I feel like what has happened, she will heal and we will heal as time moves on.
Oh, we're graduating. I think you're right. We're
Yeah.
graduating. I
Yeah.
want to tell everybody. I asked Debbie Dement to please make an MP3, and she did. And I got it yesterday, and I posted it on my community page. So please check that out, because it's super duper helpful in the energy work that we have been talking about today. It's really
Yeah.
helpful to run it through, and it's real supportive. It's very, very supportive of us as light workers. So check it out.
Yeah. Annie sang to Mother as she formed, and she's held her heart ever since. Oh, so beautiful, honey. Oh, I love that. I love you, Teresa
Love you,
Ford.
Teresa.
So
Teresa,
beautiful.
I've known her since before Earth even existed. I've known her.
Yeah. She's a keeper.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. Thank you,
Oh,
everybody.
honey.
Thank you, Teri.
Thank you so much for being here. Do you wanna sing us out?
Sing.
Well, maybe not sing. You don't want me singing it out, believe me that.
This is when we need Diana.
Right? Yeah,
I,
definitely. But
yeah.
do you wanna say that prayer in reverse and calling out?
Let's let me get
Releasing.
quiet for a tiny quick little second here. I wanted to thank all the energies that we called in today. I actually want to give a shout out to George and BC. Thank you for continuing to guide and protect us and bless us. Thank you for helping us welcome the many new members that are finding us. I would like to bless everyone who's here with us today, seen and unseen. I would like to thank Earth, or as I call her now, Matea. You are ascending and we with you. We love you, we love you, we love you. And we trust the guidance we are being offered at this time. We are so thankful we have found one another, and we're thankful for this community. Oh. Woo!
So
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah, thank you,
Thank
BC
you.
and George.
Yes.
Well, so much love to everybody here today, and thank you, Annie. So,
Yeah.
what a joy.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, everybody.